We have Donald Trump Jr., who was in court again this morning. There he is. You hear the protesters chanting, crime family, and that is basically what these people are, a crime family, a very dumb crime family. The Gambozos, if you will.
It started with a chant outside the courthouse, then exploded on live TV. Jimmy Kimmel exposed a moment that Trump's team likely hoped no one would notice. Next, someone might have called the cops. Everything shown here is based on real footage and public reports. Tonight, we're breaking it all down.
Don Jr., he's so embarrassing. He's on the stand, he's testifying in this $250 million fraud trial, and he has to compliment. He said his father is an artist with real estate. Yeah, he's an artist. He's Vincent Van Gogh to jail with real estate is what he is. He also boasted that his dad is the father of hotel gyms. He said, maybe someone put a gym in a building somewhere, but no one did it at the scale of my father. He's saying that his father, the father of the hotel gym, is a guy who's never stepped inside one, okay? The amount of ass kissing in this trial is insane. DJ TJ, of course, denies any and all wrongdoing and is instead going with the "our accountants did it" defense.
Facing a $250 million fraud trial, Don Jr. tried to save the family empire by comparing it to a gym. He called his father an artist of real estate, the father of hotel fitness centers, as if ellipticals could cancel subpoenas.
I'm not supposed to rely on a big five accounting firm, like one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. I can pay them millions of dollars. I rely on them to do accounting, but I'm supposed to know more than them. By this logic, insurance companies are going to start suing patients for listening to their doctors. Right? Do you understand? Like, am I supposed to know more? Oh, Don Jr. doesn't know anything about it. I'm not an accountant. I'm a business guy.
I'm a business guy who had his elbows soldered together, and now...
Don Jr. was walking into court with a different problem, one that couldn't be drowned out by dance tracks. And if you think this circus can't get any dumber, trust me, it does. Hit subscribe now so you don't miss the next twist.
What have they been asking the kids, and tell me how they fit into all of this?
They don't fit into all of this. What have they been asking the kids? It's very simple. They'll ask the kids, did you give a value to somebody? Did you do something? And everybody said resoundingly no. And these kids did nothing wrong. They should not be in this case. Ivanka's already out of the case. The boys should not be in the case.
That's right. They're just boys. They're kids. Eric has a book report due this weekend. They're both still wearing pull-ups. They're on trial? I mean, come on.
Now let's talk about what Jimmy revealed next, because it made Trump explode on live TV. And it all started with 4 little letters, TACO. You're going to want to see this.
The only thing that would make it worse is if somebody changed the lyrics to a song by his beloved Village People to drive it home.
Taco, taco man. Taco man, taco man, yeah. I've got to be a taco man. I want to be a taco man, taco man. I've got to be a taco.
Hey, he wanted to be a macho man. We got Taco Man instead. This could be the new YMCA. They can play it at rallies. You can do TACO. Right?
When Jimmy said this could be the new YMCA, he wasn't joking. Within hours, Taco Man wasn't just a remix, it was a movement. And hey, if that taco song's been stuck in your head since he sang it, go ahead and hit like. You're not alone.
You call that chickening out? 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation, but don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question.
There's been an outpouring of taco-themed AI on social media featuring our Crunchwrap Supreme Leader in all manner of chicken garb, rooster hair, and this master 5-piece family meal, all in celebration of our El Pollo Loco.
The name stuck for a reason. Taco Trump always chickens out. It started as Wall Street slang, but once Jimmy said it out loud, the internet turned it into a festival.
You can't call him Gasolini. The only evidence we have that Trump has been known to publicly emit is what we've seen in old video footage like this.
My military guy's up here. Of course, excuse me.
Again, please, I'm begging you, don't post that out of context. Really, no. Because it's the kind of clip, dumb, that could go viral and really make Trump upset. Videos like this,
Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
He will not like these, so please do not spread clips like, this one around.
From feathered armor to remixed disco to accidental sound effects, Jimmy unearthed a clip that needed no editing, just timing. So the courtroom gave us the punchlines, but what came next? It was a White House request to Disney. Stay with us, this is where the funny turns dangerous.
Donald Trump, who was at that time president of the United States, was so upset about my jokes that I made about him, he directed his staffers at the White House to call Disney to tell them to rein me in. The report says at least 2 calls were made from the Trump White House. And I had like 80 texts when I woke up sending me this article from Rolling Stone. It says, Trump White House pressured Disney to censor Jimmy Kimmel. Now, Disney is the company that owns ABC, our network, and Jimmy Kimmel is me.
The jokes had already aired, the audience had already laughed, but apparently, Trump hadn't moved on. According to Rolling Stone, the White House made not 1, but 2 calls to Disney, asking them to rein in Jimmy Kimmel.
But according to the story, in 2018, Donald Trump, who was at that time president of the United States, was so upset about my jokes that I made about him, he directed his staffers at the White House to call Disney to tell them to rein me in. The report says at least 2 calls were made from the Trump White House to, quote, convey the president's anger regarding Kimmel's monologues and jabs. In other words, President Karen demanded to speak to my manager.
Back in 2018, he asked White House staff to call Disney, the company that owns ABC, to complain. Not once, but twice.
Jimmy Kimmel, no talent. Now I wouldn't do a show. That guy's terrible.
Jimmy Kimmel, show's practically dead. Nobody will watch
Jimmy Kimmel every night. His ratings are terrible. He's not a talented guy. I thought he was a lousy host.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, tonight on ABC.
The worst network is ABC. I think ABC is a disgrace. ABC is one of the worst. Jimmy, I love you so much.
I just got a review, and has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Get rid of Kimmel and perhaps replace him with another washed up but cheap ABC talent, George Slopanopoulos. He would make everybody on stage look bigger, stronger, and more glamorous, blah, blah, blah. Make America great again. Okay, now, see if you can guess which former president just posted that on Tuesday. Anyone? No? Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still... Isn't it past your jail time?
And Jimmy's reaction? A straight jab wrapped in velvet. If you want someone to stop talking, at least follow your usual method, write a check.
And welcome to the Univision interview of Donald Trump. Mr. Trump, first question. Stormy Daniels say you have a chalupa that is very small. ¿Es verdad?
I do.
Me too. It's okay. Okay, next question. What would happen if you stopped eating at McDonald's?
They would be out of business. They'd be out.
Because you eat so much.
I do.
Me too. What about Melania? How would you describe your marriage?
It's a hoax.
Yeah, that seems right. I have to say, you look very orange today, sir. Some people say you look like an Oompa Loompa. What do you think of the Oompa Loompas?
They're energetic people. They have more energy. They're very smart. They're incredible people. They're passionate people. You know, it's always tough to generalize about people, but
You can, Some people would say, oh, that's not good. It's not politically correct.
You're probably right. It is time to stop being so PC about Oompa Loompas. Great point, sir. Oh, I have another question for you. Can you tell me who's this?
That's Silence of the Lamb. That's Hannibal Lecter.
Do you know him?
He's a friend of mine. He's a tremendous man. He's been very loyal to me. I've been very loyal to him.
Next question. Who are these guys?
These are people that are very, very disturbed, very, very mentally ill.
Yes, they seem very bad and very ugly too. Anyway, thank you for inviting me to your very weird house. Before I go, I have a surprise. It is my honor to announce you have been named Mexico's 2023 Pendejo of the Year. You look great, sir.
So, while Trump obsessed over late-night punchlines, the real punch came from his own policies. Stay with us. What happened next didn't just hurt his pride, it hit America's pocket.
There's no plan, unless you consult the MAGAverse, in which case there is and was definitely a plan.
I think he's had a plan all along, David, and I think we're seeing it play out.
This was his strategy all along.
This was the plan all along.
Was that his plan all along? It certainly looks like it.
This is the plan that he was pursuing all along.
I mean, you're watching the art of the deal in real time here.
Well, if that was the plan, congratulations, because in 1 week, the plan lost $6 trillion, and every country in the world hates us now. See, we have a new round of randomly levied tariffs. This morning, the White House doubled tariffs on aluminum and steel. Well, he did promise to stop the steal. And the president has now slapped a 50% tariff on metals. Experts say higher prices for us are inevitable. We should expect to pay more for construction, for cars, even appliances. He's taking us to the cleaners. Literally, soon we will not be able to afford a washer or dryer.
A $6 trillion loss, global outrage, and Trump still says it was all part of the plan. If that's leadership, what's failure? Drop your thoughts below.
Did you see the picture of me, the horrible picture with the stomach out to here? So what I do is I'm putting up today a picture of me what I actually look like, hitting a ball, smashing the frickin' ball. And you'll see I wouldn't say slim, but not bad. But the ball does go far. I would say it goes about 9 times further than Biden can hit it 9 times.
Right. Well, you know what, in that case, you got my vote if you can hit a ball 9 times further. And what picture is he even talking about? This is one of those things where he's pissed off about something nobody else even knows about. So then we look it up and we know about, but I still don't know which picture it is. I mean, is it this picture of him? Is it this one? Is it this one? I don't know. There were so many. I don't know which fatty shack I'm not supposed to look at. And by the way, that not bad picture of him smashing a ball he said he was going to post, he never posted it.
In Jimmy's words, Trump didn't just raise tariffs, he raised the cost of living. Aluminum, steel, appliances, everything got a new price tag.
Look, Jimmy Kimmel is every night, he hits me, I guess. His ratings are terrible. He's not a talented guy. I hear he hits me all the time, so I figured I'd hit him because I thought he was a lousy host.
See if you can guess which former president just posted that on Truth. Anyone? No? Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still, isn't it past your jail time? I guess I should be honored that the former president of the United States took time out of his busy schedule Googling Ivanka in bikini to rant about me, but...
Trump went on the record to call Jimmy untalented and a lousy host. Jimmy didn't get angry, he got quieter, and the audience, they did the rest.
I mean, Donald Trump has said I'm not talented so many times, Erica's starting to get jealous, but what he doesn't realize is that I love this. I love that this bothered him so much. I love that Fox picked a news guy nobody knows to interview him. And I especially love when he tries to spin the fact that everyone was laughing at him into a positive. The fact of the matter is, this is a dangerous person. This is a stupid person. And that's a bad combination. And I think what we're forgetting, I keep forgetting it.
Jimmy didn't just get under his skin. He moved in. But beneath the laughter, the tension snaps back into focus.
I'd start telling people he wears diapers. I would explain that it's a long trial. He drinks a lot of Diet Cokes to stay awake. He's getting up there in years, and it's perfectly normal for a man of Trump's age and carriage to wear absorbent undergarments to stop the leaks. So, I mean, if I was making stuff up, that I would point out that the reason he stands like this and golfs like this and plays tennis like this is because he has a full diaper strapped around his little mushroom garden, okay?
As America debated policies and crises unfolded worldwide, Trump's energy stayed locked in a feud with late-night television. Jimmy didn't need to insult him. He just gave him a costume.
I actually got a shout out from Donald Trump today. You know, every time I do an interview now, people ask me how much longer I'm going to do the show. And I was talking to the LA Times, and I said I didn't know if I would go beyond. I have a contract for another 2 years if I would go beyond that. And this apparently caught the attention of America's most famous Tangerine, who truthed they could get a far more talented person who would also get better ratings for 5% of what they are paying this loser with a capital L. And I gotta say, that is a hell of a way to find out you're not gonna be somebody's running mate.
Trump called him talentless, less than average, and even tried to pick his replacement. But Jimmy didn't flinch. He smiled, thanked the former president for watching, and tossed in one last jab about airtime and jail time. It wasn't loud. It didn't need to be, because this was never just about comedy. It was about power and how it reacts when someone dares to laugh. It all started with a joke, one that hit just a little too close. Don Jr. ended up calling the cops. Trump called for censorship. And what unfolded wasn't just a late-night roast. It was a portrait of power unraveling under pressure. From courtroom chants to parody anthems, from broken promises to soaring prices, every reaction told its own story. And at the center of it all wasn't just Jimmy Kimmel, it was a question. How does leadership respond when it loses control of the narrative? This video discusses a publicly reported exchange involving Donald Trump Jr. and Jimmy Kimmel, based on verified media coverage and televised commentary. All content included reflects real broadcast material, public statements, and news reporting from reputable sources. We do not present private information or speculative claims. This content adheres fully to YouTube's community guidelines and fair use policy and is intended solely for commentary, news analysis, and public interest. If you found this video informative or relevant, feel free to subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.